what's the thing that is most important, or what keeps me going in the franchise? Is I think what you're asking me. Every child, when they go to bed at night, watches shadows cross their dolls and feels this kind of primal fear. And I think we are all horror is based on the idea that that we should be aware that we could be prey. And what horror does is it creates a monster with whom you cannot communicate. I mean, you cannot negotiate. It is going to kill you. And that's what makes a horror film, is you got to have a monster, and the monster is going to get you. And I just like this take because it has a childhood aspect to it. And it's a very haunting one. So it just is cool to me. I like that Chucky, as Don always says, hides in plain sight.
Where's Waldo? I also think I think there's science behind this, but human beings like to be scared as long as we feel like we have a little bit of control over it, right? So I think it wouldn't be fun to be in a life-threatening situation and actually feel like you're going to be killed. But if you're in a theater and you're experiencing that, you're experiencing like the stress hormones and everything, I think it's exciting and fun. And that's kind of the root of horror movies. And roller coasters, same thing.
We carry the instinct to run from a predator. We're born with it. What draws people in is, what I said before, is that he's, well, also, I guess Chucky loves his job, Chucky comes from an era of, first there was the Hammer films, and you had Christopher Lee, and you had Vincent Price did Poe, Christopher Lee did Dracula, and these were, that was how the genre, and then suddenly there came this movie called Dr. Phibe, which was camp as hell, scary and violent, but very camp, and that's the era that Chucky came out of. That was still the event of going that. They were scary and a bit of fun. Chucky's never lost that.
I think what keeps Chucky going is his personality. I think he's a fully formed character. He's got a history, he's got kids, he's got a wife, and he's thought out. I mean, I got to have this conversation with my dad to play the iconic character that my dad plays, and Chucky has a thought out engine that keeps him tick, which is the fear of oblivion. Which is like this basic human existential engine driving force. Chucky does not want to die.
And he loves his job.
And he loves his job. Yeah, and he's really fun. People can expect
to be surprised. People can expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
That I think I could say with.
Okay. And I think the tone is pitch perfect. I think that Cult of Chucky is back to its horror roots, but also has a sense of humor, even more so than Curse. I'm really excited about this movie. I think we're 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and we've gotten a great rollout. And I saw it for the first time last week, and I was just applauding from every cell in my body. I just think it's really good.
What do I want to see in the next Chucky? I want to be surprised. I want something we haven't seen before. I want a whole new different idea. I want to be, I want the, whatever we were left with, and everybody's imagination springs forward from there and tries to come up with something, but what we see is completely different, something nobody thought of. That's what I want.
And I think Don Mancini tries
Is
to do
the
that with
man
every
to
movie.
do it.
Yeah.